everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys? Here is our final card with the 2023 to 2025 in colors. You can start purchasing them on May 2nd, as well as this Cheerful Daisies Bundle, which is phenomenal. You get this stamp set and these fantastic, gorgeous dies. I have thoroughly enjoyed using this set for the last 5 days. I have had the best time with it, and I hope that you have enjoyed my 5 days of In Color. Today I paired it with the Something Fancy dies, and I use this large die here in the center. And this is a die set that's in the mini catalog that is available through May 1st. So you can purchase these dies now if you would like them, the one that I used here. And they go with a stamp set by the same name, Something Fancy, and it's a word stamp set, which I love. I also used our fantastic designer series paper that is part of the suite. And in fact, I used the whole suite on this card, to be honest with you. So this suite of designer series paper has these gorgeous daisy papers and this fantastic watercolor wash and all of the In Colors. This is a fantastic pack of paper, and I used the piece right here with the daisies on it, these white daisies with the pink center with a little bit of copper clay there. Fantastic pack of paper. So if you want the suite, you would get the paper, you would get the stamp set, the dies, and these embellishments, which I chose to use today. You can see they are missing right here. The first time I've used them, and I really love them. I think they turned out great. There's so much sparkle to them. And I used all 5 colors of ink on this card because I wanted to go out with a bang. So all 5 In Colors are on this card. They work fantastic together. They are absolutely beautiful, and I hope that you will enjoy watching me make this card. I chose to pair the fern embossing folder, which you can see here on this particular piece. Isn't that stunning back there? Love it. This is a very simple card, and I'm going to go ahead and get you guys started on it. So let me move everything out of the way, and we will begin our project. Okay, so I took a piece of 5.5 by 8.5 cardstock. You know, you just cut it in half, and then I cut 1 1/4 inches off after I scored it from one side so that I would have a nice little 1 1/4 inch piece free so that I could put my designer series paper in there. I also wanted to put a white core in the card, but you don't need to cut it the full size because you're not going to use the whole size, right? So why waste paper? So this piece of designer series paper here, I believe is 1.5 by 5.5. Of course, I didn't want it to be right at 1 1/4, so I made it a little quarter bigger. And then I chose to have a piece of white that is 3 inches by 5 1/4. And so this piece is going to go first right here on the inside, and then we're going to overlay with this piece here. Let me grab my silicone mat and we will get started. So the 3 by 5 1/4, we're going to go ahead and attach that. You could use your seal adhesive. I'm going to use my multi-purpose. All right. We'll put this one in place first, and then we'll put our DSP right over the top. I wanted it to have a little bit of an edge showing so that you would see some of that pretty moody mauve colored cardstock around the edges of this piece. And let's go ahead and attach our DSP. I'm so in love with this DSP pack, and actually I have quite fallen in love with the In Colors. I have to admit, when I first saw them, I wasn't that jazzed about them. But you know what? I always try and give everything a chance. Until you use it, you have no idea if it's going to be, you know, the right thing for you. So give it a chance. And I have to tell you, I have fallen in love with these gorgeous paper and inks and blends, all the parts and pieces, right? So I have this cool new little roller that I am going to be using, since I use so much wet adhesive to get my piece to really adhere. Isn't this cool? And it really helps you to put pressure and you don't get glue on your hands, right? And then this little wheel here can be cleaned. So I love that. If anybody is interested, just let me know and I will link it in the description below. Now, this piece here, I believe is 3 inches, yes, by 5.5. And that is the piece that I ran through that fern embossing folder. Look at how stunning that paper is. It's absolutely gorgeous once it's been pressed through that embossing folder. And that is going to be our layer right here on top. So we're going to go ahead and glue that part down. Might as well, right? So let's go ahead and get that one going. I love using wet glue whenever I have an embossing folder because the wet adhesive gets in the nooks and crannies. And I'm going to go ahead and open that up so that I make sure that I get that right on this edge here. Make sure that I'm even on both sides. All right. And I have a little bit of overhang. That's okay. Just make sure that we're right there on the edge before I start pushing my piece into place. That really helps to adhere, this little roller. Now I'm going to go ahead and trim this edge with my scissor because we don't ever want any overhang on our card. And I always tend to cut just a hair bigger, just in case, right? That's what we do. Okay, I think everything else is fantastic. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Just by themselves, without anything on top. What a stunning combination that is, isn't it? All right. So this piece here, I told you I cut that from our Something Fancy dies, and it's the largest one of this particular shape, and that is going to live right there in the center. I'm going to lift it up with my dimensionals, but before I do that, I want to go ahead and stamp that with the color ink. Now, putting it on that color, it does turn it, you know, a little dark, but hey, that's okay. Let's grab our stamp that says, wishing you the brightest birthday. Very cute. All right, let me make sure I'm in the camera because, you know, I tend to get carried away sometimes. So I may have to stand. I was sitting, but I may have to stand to stamp this because I definitely want to make sure that it's nice and centered. That looks good to me. Look at that, fantastic. I like the font in this little set. So there is our Moody Mauve. Now I have gone ahead and stamped my other pieces, but I'm going to talk about it as I bring them out for you. So we have 4 leaves, and I stamped the leaves in wild wheat, and then I die cut those out. Here's those. I gotta find the other one. Here we go. Okay. And then the pink daisies, I stamped the outline straight on full strength of the Moody Mauve, and then I stamped off and then stamped that. And then for the boho blue, I did the same thing. Let me grab a scrap paper and I will walk you through. I just didn't want to have to die cut them because it takes time, and I wanted our video. This is not that long of a card, so all right, let's grab there. I'm gonna grab my Moody Mauve since it's out. We'll grab one of the stamps here. All right, let's see. What did I do with my other one? Here we go. All right, so you're gonna go full strength with your first color. So the outline is gonna be full strength, just like that. And then you're gonna ink up this piece here, and you're gonna stamp it off. And then you're gonna line that up and stamp that. And that's how I got that color. And then the center, I used copper clay, and that's its own little small stamp. I have to find it on my desk here somewhere. Okay, maybe I won't be showing you because I know it's here. I just have to put my hands on it. There it is. All right, so copper clay, which is this beautiful color, and I think it coordinates really, really nicely, just like that. So there's copper clay. Now for the boho, same thing, just boho blue ink. So again, you're gonna start with your outline. Okay. And then you're going to stamp off your solid image, and then you're going to line that up and stamp that. And then for the centers of the blue daisies, I used Pebbled Path. And again, right there, there's your center. So that's how I did those. And then I used, so those are the 4 colors so far, right? Blue, boho blue, Pebbled Path, Moody Mauve, copper clay. And then I made the leaves. And it does dry much prettier than that is, but the leaves went in wild wheat. All right, guys, now you guys know what I did. Let me clean these up and we will start putting our little card together. But see, if I stamp them for you like I just did, and then I have to die cut them out, it takes a lot longer, but just stamping them for you doesn't take very long. I just wanted to show you what I meant by the stamping off. So now we're gonna start making our arrangement. Let me get my, look at how beautiful these are together, all 5 of these ink pads. I love them. I think they turned out so pretty, all of them. They look so great together. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and attach our piece on here. And what I did was I centered it, held it, opened it, grabbed a pencil, and right inside there, I kind of angled my pencil so that it would be behind there. I put my line, and I don't want any dimensionals on that side of the line. So let's go ahead and stay to this side. So I'm gonna go ahead and still put 4 of them there and 1 in the middle. And let's go ahead and pull the backs off. Whoops. And now that I can erase that line, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't go past it. That way, if it shows, I don't have to worry. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and place our little piece in here. We're going to make sure that we're nice and even and that we're top to bottom. I think that looks pretty good. Before I stick it all the way down, I'm not going to push it too hard. I'm going to make sure that I'm straight from this direction and that I don't have any overhang, and I don't. So there is, something is sticky in here. There it is, I found it. I must have got a little bit of glue on there, and I don't want that to stick. There we go. Fantastic. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and set up our flowers. So as you can see, I have this flower here, and you're just going to lay them out how you want them to look. Figure out placement. So let's go ahead and glue as we're laying out. I'm going to glue my leaf pieces under the petals of this flower. So this one's going to go here, just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and, whoops, I didn't mean to do that, make a mess there. There we go. We're going to go ahead and glue this blue flower to this pink one. And so I'm just going to put adhesive on this edge here, like this. And I'm going to lay my flower how I want it to look. And then we're going to go ahead and put this blue one. I'll make sure those leaves do not cover my words, right? That's important. And we'll press that into place. And then we're going to go ahead and sneak this leaf over here, that one, behind our flower. And then we have one little set of flowers here ready to go. So there's that one. That's how that's going to look. Now let's work on the bottom. So the bottom one, I put this one kind of angled right here off of the edge. And my blue petals are almost touching the Y of birthday. And then I angled this one in this direction like so. So I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on the tips of these two petals to get it to stick to my blue flower like that. Okay. We're going to tuck one of the leaves underneath like that. And then the other one's going to go on the other side. So I'm going to make sure that I have a little bit of adhesive on that one. So once we have them set up and ready, I'm just going to let that one sit there for a minute. We're going to start back on the first one because it should be dry with this glue. We're going to go ahead and grab our large and small dimensionals. And it looks like we can put a small dimensional, or a mini, as they like to be called. Well, if they want to listen to me, behind this leaf here. All right, that's gonna, because it's gonna stand up, and we can put it around these areas here. So let's go ahead and put another one. Well, if I can, let's try that again. Like this. We're gonna put one here. Well, we can if I can pull the back off of it. I thought I had it off, but I think I had it on the wrong side. I had one side. There we go. So then that one's going to go there. I'm going to put a large one in this corner behind this pink flower here. That's fantastic. And I think I'm going to put another one, another large one, right here. Let's see how that looks so far. That looks amazing. All right, let's pull the backs off of those. I think that one's already off. Yeah, there it is. And then I am going to put wet adhesive on this bottom section and where this leaf is going to be touching, just to give it something to hold on to and grab. And we're going to go ahead and just figure out where the placement's going to be, and then put that there, and then push the dimensionals right there. So that's that one. Now let's work on this one. This one should be dry. So what we want to do is just make sure that we have it set up. Looks like maybe one big one and then a mini and a mini. So let's grab a large dimensional. We'll put that one right here near the edge. Let's see how that one does. Fantastic. And then that whole leaf is going to be up on here. This one's hanging in this direction. So let me make sure. I definitely want to put two minis, one on either side, I think, of that large one. So one there and maybe one here. Let's see how that looks. Fabulous. And I think that's it, because this one's kind of overhung. So we're going to go ahead and pull these three off. If I need to tuck one under, I can always do it after. And then remember, we're going to put adhesive on half of this leaf and then above there all the way across. So half of this leaf, all of these top pieces are touching my label. I just want to make sure. I don't think that leaf is, but I think definitely this part is. All right. So let's put it back in place like so. This is beautiful. All right, those are stuck. Make sure we're not showing. Nope, that's not showing at all. But see how you want to get that to really stick to your label so that it doesn't lift up. All right, almost done. Final step. Let's get these dimensionals out of the way and let's get our solid adhesive backed solid gems. So many different names for these things, but we're going to use two large ones. So we're going to put one here on the corner, and we're going to put one up onto the pink paper onto our cardstock right here, and then a small one just like that right here. I like to do them kind of in a triangular motion. Oh, so pretty. I love this card. I hope that you like it. And I hope that you have enjoyed me sharing my In Color cards with the Cheerful Daisy Bundle. I was really excited that I was able to use all 5 colors on this particular card. Let me get all the supplies back that we used. So we used the Cheerful Daisies stamp set and dies. And we used the Something Fancy dies. And we used the Fern 3D embossing folder. And of course, our fantastic little adhesive backed solid gems. But I appreciate you guys hanging in here with me till the end. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. Feel free to catch other videos of mine. I have many, many playlists. And I would love to have you as part of my channel subscribers. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. Let me know that you would like a demonstrator. And if you are brand new, don't have a demonstrator or a catalog, please let me know. If you would like to choose me as your demonstrator, we can get a catalog to you and get you going. I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you here next time. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!